Hi, everyone. Good day and welcome to today's session. Particularly for this topic, we will talk about groups and emails. So, how do you create groups in an email platform? Or basically, we will focus on the Gmail, right? So, creating groups and send scheduled reminder to that particular group. So, how do you do that? Okay, let's start. So now that you're inside your email, the first thing that you need to do is go to your contacts. So how do you go to your contacts? From the email page at the upper right side, you have the Google Apps icon. So click the Google Apps icon and then go to contacts. So it will basically open up the contact page of your Gmail. As you can see, currently I only have 3 contacts in my email, right? So the first thing that we're going to do from the contact page is we're going to create the group. So how do you create a group? You just, first is you have to select the people or the persons that are part of this particular group. So by the way, if I may say this, there are multiple ways in terms of creating groups, but I will just show you the step-by-step way in terms of how do you create a group. So if you can see here at the left side, currently we are at the contacts page. And as what I've said, I only have 3 contacts in my email. So since I want to create a group comprising of Fridley and Jade Montemayor, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both contacts. And then if this is, for example, if this is for a class, so basically it's more or less 30 students, right? So you really have to select each of the students that needs to belong to a particular group. Now, once selected, you focus here at the upper right side, you have manage labels button. Okay, now again, as what I've said, once you select the users to be enrolled or to be part of a certain group, once selected, just click the manage labels option here, and then it says create label. Okay, now you press create label, and what is, for example, what is the label name? So in this case, this will be a group for your, or this is a history class, right? So you can just input here history class group. Okay. Now I'm going to click save. And there you go. If you notice at the left side, you have the history class group. And if you open this one, it now has 2 participants or 2 users who are part of the history class group, which is Fredley and Jade. Okay, so that's how you create group in Google or the Gmail. All right, now that the group has been created, how do you use the group to send a scheduled email? For an instance, these are reminders or announcements on a particular period of a particular school year. So how do you do that? From your email page, just go to Compose and you type the name of the group. So for our example, the name of our group is History Class Group, right? So what you will do is just in the recipient field, you basically just have to type the name of the group that you created. So history class, as you can see, I can now, the result would be the history class group, and you can see who are the members of the history class group. And when I select history class group, it will basically display all the members of this group. And then you just have to type the subject of the email. It will depends upon what particular subject is your email about. And then you type the body of the email. Okay, so let's just say that this email is complete and you want to send this now to your students as a scheduled email on a particular day. So how do you do that? So from here, instead of pressing the send button at the lower left side of your composed email page, you click the arrow at the right side of the send button, and then scheduled send. Okay, once again, instead of pressing the send button here at the lower left side, you press the arrow at the right side of the send button and then select schedule send. And then you can basically assign, you can pick date and time. Let's just say you want to send the email on the 12th of October, right? And then let's just say 1 p.m. So you're going to send the email on October 12th at 1 p.m. So this is basically how you set it up. And then once you're done with your date and time, you just have to click schedule send. And how do you know that your scheduled message is successfully saved? So from your email page, you go to more, there's an arrow pointing downwards, and then look for the folder scheduled. Here, schedule. So sometimes it's in the upper portion, or most of the time it's in the more page of your email. But anyway, it's in the folder scheduled. So as you can see, I have one scheduled email. And if I'm going to click this one, it will basically open up the email that we just created, the sample email. And if we're going to open this one, this will basically contains the email that we created that is to be sent on October 12, 1 p.m. So that's how you create a scheduled email with a recipient, with a group as a recipient in the Google platform. So that's how you send a scheduled email using the group as a recipient and then scheduling it at a certain particular date or time. Now, let's just say you want to add or remove students from a particular group. So how do you do that? From your email page, you just click the Google Apps icon and once again go to Contacts. Okay, now once you are in your Google Contacts, you focus on the left side. As you can see, these are your different groups that you created. You might call them labels or groups, that would be fine, right? Now let's just say under the history class group, you want to remove Fridley Buko. So how do you remove Fridley from the history class group? What you can do is just click the checkbox on the left side of the user or your contact. And then you have the more option here. And what you can do is you can just remove from label. You can do that, right? So from the history class group, check or select the user that you want to remove. And then you can just click the more option here at the right side of that particular user and then click remove label. Or if you are in your contacts, you can also select the user. Let's just say Fridley P. Bukog. And then from here, you click manage labels. And you simply uncheck that particular group wherein you want this user to be removed from. Let's just say we want Fridley to be removed from history class group. So after selecting the user or Fridley, let's go to manage labels and then uncheck from the history class group. Now, once unchecked, you can simply click apply. And as you can see now, let's check if Fridley has been removed from history class group. And there you go. We only now have one student from the history class group, which is Jade, and Fridley has been removed. So that's basically how you remove a user from a group. Now, let's just say we want to add another user to a particular group. So to add, especially if the group or the label has been created, it's more or less the same. So you just select the user to be added in a particular group and then go to manage labels. And let's just say we want to add senior high school to the history class group. You just select the history class group and then apply. Now, if we'll go to our history class group label or group, we can see that we now have two contacts, Jade and the senior high. So that's how you manage contacts or members of group in Google Contacts.